So get ready. Make some noise with that breath and your hands. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, guys. Please give it up for Dr. Krista.
Thank you. Thank you for the kind introduction. Okay, I'm going to start with a question. So who here considers themselves to be an expert? Raise your hand. Do you consider yourself to be an expert? And now I ask you, what are you actually an expert in? Because if you're trying to be an expert in 10 different things, I can tell you now that you're actually a generalist, that you haven't identified your expertise. If I were to ask each and every one of your patients, what are you the expert in? Would they all give me the same answer? Or would they have to pause and think about it? My goal is to show you how you can become an expert so all of your patients will know what your expertise is. And today, I'm going to share with you my journey of how I became a posture expert and how it grew my practice. The posture paradigm is not the future of healthcare. It's the present. And if you're not focusing on posture in your clinic, you're missing a huge growth strategy. Why? Because 90% of the population presents with postural distortion patterns. And the problem is they don't know who to seek for care. Each and every one of you has within you the ability to become a go-to expert, the ability to serve your community at top-tier, expert-level care. And when you do, you become health heroes. I want you guys to repeat after me. I'm a health hero. I'm a health hero. I want to hear the team say it. I'm a health hero. I'm a health hero. Now pull your shoulders back and make yourself believe it. Sit up straight. I'm a health hero. I'm a health hero. Yes, you are. And the law of reciprocity tells us that when you provide expert-level care to your patients, naturally, they want to reciprocate. For our discussion today, let's consider reciprocation in terms of financial value. The higher value you provide to your patients, the higher level of reciprocity that you build. So if you're providing generalist level care, you're not creating raving fans. These are only the satisfied patients like Joe was talking about. When you become an expert and you have raving fans, you increase that level of reciprocity, and you get compensated beautifully for your expertise. I'm going to share with you a few things that I wish I learned a little bit earlier in practice. I'm going to show you how you can become an expert, why posture is an ethical way to build your practice, and then how to monetize on your expertise. The treadmill effect. If you're feeling overwhelmed about how to change your practice, don't be stressed. Be inspired. See the opportunity to grow. The reason I say that is because I used to sit down there and I was so stressed out because I completely failed in practice my first year. I'm the first to admit it, I totally failed financially first year in practice. Why? Because I was a generalist. I was trying to be everything to everybody. I was trying to help all conditions for all ages, all patients, every single person. I did not specialize. I didn't have a high level of expertise. I was providing generalist level care with a low level of reciprocity. I was on the treadmill. That feeling where you're sprinting, you're doing everything you can to get ahead and to grow your practice. You're working hard, but you never seem to be moving forward. Am I the only person who's ever felt this way? The treadmill effect. Okay. I'm going to help you get off that treadmill today. When you find your unique expert position, you can get off that treadmill and start running towards success. Your unique expert position is what you do better than anybody else in the world, because nobody can do what you do better than you do. You just need to market it to your community so that they know that. How do you determine your unique expert position? Your UEP emerges where the three circles of prosperity collide. What are you passionate about? What can you make money doing? And what are you talented at? What can you be the best in the world at? Now I want you to really think about that, because when you say you're an expert, you need to deliver. You need to provide that expert level care to your community. And again, when you do, I'm already excited for you, because I know what it's like to go from a generalist to an expert. You're going to raise that level of reciprocity with your patients. Here's the best part. If I can do it, you can do it. It doesn't take a genius, it takes an expert. So why posture? Why is posture an ethical, predictable way to grow your practice? Something that you could consider implementing into your thriving practices? Well, patients get posture. I'm going to repeat that. Patients get posture. It's in their belief system. They've heard the word posture since they were little kids because their mom was saying, don't slouch, sit up straight. Am I right? These are words that they understand. Now, when they come to your office, you don't need to change their entire set of beliefs. What you need to do is provide them answers and support the beliefs that they already have. You make the patient right by being a posture expert. That's powerful. Now let's take it one step further. Let's consider researched healthcare consumer behaviors. Research tells us there's 3 specific reasons why patients are willing to open their wallets and pay for your care. Patients want to look better, they want to move better, and they want to feel better. Posture is the only healthcare strategy that fulfills each of these healthcare consumers. So you can imagine, if you're fulfilling each of these consumer behaviors, the level of reciprocity does what? It goes up. Okay? Very rarely, somebody's going to show up to your office, docs, let me know if you guys agree, and they're going to say, I'm symptom-free, I'm here to get my nervous system checked for subluxation. I know we want it to happen. I want it to happen too. But the reality is it just doesn't happen that often. Okay? Think about consumer behaviors and how you can fulfill those, and then speak to patients in words that they understand, which is posture. Okay, now you guys are like, is posture really that important? Let's consider what it does to the body. We'll just go through a quick anatomic review, and you guys can get references for everything I'm about to say by heading to this link here. Just take a picture of it. So, teams, this is important for you guys to understand too. So simply, by having the head go forward into anterior head posture, research shows us that patients have increased blood pressure, increased levels of fatigue, neck pain, headaches. We're not surprised. As the thoracic spine goes into a hyperkyphosis, that granny humps appearance you guys have seen, patients with decreased height due to hyperkyphosis have a 64% increased chance of dying of a heart attack. A 1.14-fold increase of early mortality. Not to mention increased or decreased balanceability, more falls in the elderly, which leads them to the hospital, which you guys know what happens next, unfortunately. When my trunk goes forward in this position, I'm smashing the diaphragm, I can't breathe. 30% reduction in lung capacity for respiration, decreased circulation. Digestion is a parasympathetic process. When I'm in sympathetic overdrive, I can't digest the food that I'm eating. And how about our low back pain patients who are here because they had passive posture for years before they had low back pain? The way that they're firing to the CNS is different than a normal patient. They have decreased gray matter in their brain. They can't move properly. So you guys tell me, is posture important? Do patients understand that posture is important? Great. Posture optimizes human function. Now, what does that mean in terms of monetization for your practices? We're all here because we want to grow our practice, right? Excellent. I'm going to share with you guys 3 strategies that I used when I became a posture expert to increase revenue by $100,000 in the first year. Let me see with a raise of hands who would like to increase collections by 100,000, not dollars, I'm sorry, pounds, 100,000 pounds next year. Great. So you can take this information and utilize it with your UEP to increase your collections. And these are proven strategies. Don't just trust me, trust the hundreds of doctors that we have going through our Certified Posture Expert program. Raise your hand. Yeah, we have one right back there. Excellent. So one of our docs said that by implementing postural strategies, the 3 that I'm going to share, he grew his practice by 200% in just 7 months. So let's get to work, because I genuinely want these results for you guys too. So step number 1 is posture workshops. Now notice my terminology here. I said workshops. I didn't say posture talks. Why is that? Because we don't believe at the American Posture Institute, we don't believe in doing boring lectures and then expecting our patients to walk out of our clinic and then go transform their life on their own. What they need is a transformational, interactive experience. So we create that for them through posture workshops. Predictable growth. When you do a posture workshop each month, you can expect that your practice will grow consistently. Increased retention. By providing this opportunity for your current patients to come in and experience a workshop, you're over-delivering value. They didn't pay for this. You're over-delivering what they paid for in their treatment plan. And you're providing the ability for them to have safe referrals to bring in their friends and family. It builds trust before they become patients. Now you guys can come up with your own workshops, but these are some that we do in our office if you guys want some examples. So we do Design Your Workspace, which is about ergonomic design, fit posture for athletes, thriving children for raising healthy families, the power of breathing, which is breathing strategies, and the art of body language. Jermaine told us how important it was today, right? So when we're talking with our patients and when our patients are at their places of work, what kind of body language do they need to present with? You can provide that information for them. Now, predictable growth. If you look at the slide here, you can see the calculations. If you were to bring in just 4 patients each month from posture workshops, that's an increased revenue of 23,000 pounds per year. And you haven't even changed how you work with patients. This is in addition to what you're already doing. Now, step number 2 is posture kits. Posture kits are any sort of kit that you put together that amplifies the results that your patients will get based off of your UEP, or unique expert position. So for us in our office, it's really important postural rehabilitation and posture habit re-education. So we provide them with the ability to buy kits to increase the value of the care that they're getting, to amplify their results, and from our perspective, it's going to increase our profit per X, which is a really good thing in a business. Plus the power of tangibility. So when a patient decides to do care, they're opening their wallet with the belief that they're going to get healthy, that they're going to look better, move better, and feel better after they finish care with you. Am I right? They usually do not walk out with a tangible item. They're buying a belief. When you provide posture kits or whatever kit works with your UEP, they're walking out of your office with something. So you've just motivated them to change their life. They're saying, I'm ready to get healthy, look better, move better, feel better. And now I have a physical product that I'm walking out the door with. It's called the power of tangibility. It helps the patient feel like they had increased value for what they just paid for. So again, increased profit per X. If you look at the calculations here, if you were to just sell 25 posture kits per month, that's an additional $30,000 pounds, again, excuse me, I'm American, $30,000 pounds a year, again, without changing how you do treatment plans with your patients. Step number 3 is at-home posture programs. I'll be honest, this one's my favorite. So at-home posture programs are any program that you have your patients do, again, to amplify their results. So you don't need to increase the amount of time that you spend with the patient. You can really get your teams involved in this. You can have your teams help educate your patients of how to perform their programs at home. These need to be patient specific. Don't make cookie cutter for everybody. patient specific. So some of the examples that we do are 12 weeks to better posture, 12 weeks to better posture kids, fit posture for athletes, corporate posture for corporate businesses, and better posture for brighter futures, which we implement in the school system. Now think about what your target market is. If you work with families and do wellness care, think about doing a Fit Family at-home program. With Fit Families, you could teach them how they can become healthier and more fit as a family. Or if you specialize in pregnancy, you can provide a kit for pregnancy products as well as a program preparing that pregnant mother for when they'll give birth 9 months later. Okay? So by implementing programs, again, this is something that they can do at home to supplement the care that they're getting in your office. We're looking at an increased collection of $60,000 per year. Don't lower your price, raise your value. Don't lower your price, raise your value. You can see here, these are completely ethical ways of growing your practice and increasing your revenue. Because you know what? They're all patient-centered, and they're all clinically focused, and they're all based around my expertise. You find ways that you can increase your monetization through your expertise. Let's quickly talk about how not to lose patients. As I mentioned at the beginning, I was on the treadmill when I first started off in practice. So I'd get a bunch of new people in from a spinal screening or something, but then I'd lose them right away because I had no systems in place. What's the best way to not lose patients? And that's clinical outcome measures. Patients need to see that they're having improvements in their health, and you as a doctor need to see the improvements that you're making so that you can be sure that you're on target with the patient's care, that you're being clinically accurate. I cannot recommend enough the utilization of posture imaging. Posture imaging, the word image we know is, they say it's worth 1,000 words. What I do in my report of findings is I show the patient their posture image. And then I explain what it's supposed to look like. And then I say, what do you see here? And I shut my mouth and I sit back. Why do I do that? Because when the patient can verbalize what they see and they can verbalize their posture distortion patterns, I know that they understand. At this point, all I have to do is support the belief that they just told me and then provide them an answer. It's a very ethical way. I'm not pressuring them. It's a very ethical way of helping them understand that it would benefit their health if they decided to do care. And the best part is that posture images are referral ammunition. I mentioned that posture is within the terminology of our patients. Patients know how to talk about posture. They understand those words. Now when they walk out of your office with a posture image and they can actually show their friends and family what it is that you do, it's referral ammunition. It will bring more people in because it's going to spark curiosity. People are going to think, I wonder if I have postural distortions. And it's going to help your patients create a safe referral. And when you set your patients up for success, they're going to be raving fans and they're going to want to send you those referrals. And that's a good place to be. If you guys are interested in learning more about how posture affects the body and how you can implement posture into your practice, I invite you to check out this link. Everything I went through before, if you want some research to gain certainty in what you are doing as a practitioner and the importance of postural correction, these are the top 24 research studies that every chiropractor needs to know. I did the work. I went through thousands of research studies. You guys don't have to. I narrowed it down to the top 24 you need to know, and then I made it how you can apply it to your practice, okay? So I invite you to check that out. That link is available until Sunday. Did everybody have a chance to get that? Okay. So I asked this question. Who's going to be the next posture expert in your community? Your patients have consumer needs. They want to look better, move better, and feel better. 90% of the population presents with postural distortion patterns. They need somebody to turn to. I want you guys To be like Dr. Betsy, who just sent me an email after doing the Certified Posture Expert program. She said this is the best thing she's done for 20 years to grow her clinic. Or Dr. Nick in Australia, who has been struggling to stand out in the crowded marketplace. He just sent us an email after 1 week of doing the program and said he landed his dream job. Not because he marketed himself as a chiropractor, because there was a lot of chiropractors in his community. He marketed himself as a posture expert. You guys can market yourself as a go-to expert in your community. Again, I pose the question, who will become the next posture expert in your community? Thank you.